Oh, we got another floating head situation. Black background, black shirt, white skin. And I mean white skin. I can just do this and then I can just color correct. Grab the white balance. So pasty. Alrighty, hey guys, welcome back to another VoiceOver Dave video. We are talking about a question that's come up a little bit that it's not too common, but I have covered before in I did like a 4-part long form. I think it was supposed to be a live stream, but I don't remember if that actually turned out all that well, but it was a long form video series that was on making a voiceover demo. See these 3 dots? I keep looking at those like the Predator, like or whatever. He's got the little lasers. I don't know where that came from. I think I was cooking and it was like oil splashes. I don't know, but it's hard for me to not see it. Anyway, so I did a video showing me making one segment of one of my demos, and people were wondering back then, and I kind of told people individually, and I think I've covered this before, but I can't find a video that actually covers it in detail. So, again, breaking down individual topics, bite-sized chunks, and explaining them with as much clarity as I can. And it is a question of where you get music for your demos. And kind of covering a legal question that a lot of people have as far as making your demos and the legal gray areas of making your demo. And the reason is because the reason that there's a legal question is actually the answer to my first part of this, which is where you get your music. Now, there are some royalty-free music websites. You can literally just type in Kevin MacLeod, and he has a very large library of royalty-free stuff. If you use them in a YouTube video, he just asks that you credit him. I think some of his music was used in Kerbal Space Program. He's done a lot of stuff. He has a full thing. You can just donate to him, and then you can get like this like thousands of tracks, I think. I haven't counted them, but it's a lot of tracks, and I got all of them. You can do that. You can go through royalty-free sites. There's a whole bunch of others. Now, some of them, they ask you to pay like a membership. Some of them, you have to buy the tracks individually, and that can get kind of pricey, especially if you're trying to do 6 individual bits in your demo. That means you have to pay for each individual track. But you can just rip it from YouTube or wherever. You can literally just take soundtracks from movies, from video games, from animes, from cartoons, and put them in the background of your demo. Now, I'm trying to be a little bit careful about this because there are some caveats to this. There obviously are some caveats, and then I'll explain the legal side, which is probably burning in the front, back, and all corners of your mind. I wouldn't ever use iconic music that is very well recognized. Like for example, I wouldn't say never, or I would say never do an impression of an existing cartoon character unless you've actually done that cartoon character. For example, Batman, Wolverine, Spider-Man, anything like that. And you shouldn't be doing impressions on your character demo anyway, but let's say you did a similar voice, like you did similar to Wolverine, and then you used the X-Men music. Well, obviously, that music is very iconic, especially if it's from the 90s. The 90s, music, that if you put that back there, even if you're not doing a character who's supposed to be Wolverine, it's going to be Wolverine. People are going to think, oh, that's Wolverine, and then it's not supposed to be Wolverine, so then it's obviously going to be a piss-poor Wolverine. See what I'm saying? So you don't want to use any music that is clearly iconic. Another thing is most of the music is going to be very, very quiet in the background anyway. It should never overpower the voiceover anyway, so it doesn't have to be too punchy. It doesn't have to be too epic, loud. It doesn't have to be too predominant in the bit. It just has to kind of sweeten the background and eliminate the background noise. It just has to be there to kind of add mood and character to that individual snippet, that individual segment of the demo. So it doesn't have to be iconic. You can pretty much get it from anywhere. It doesn't need to be too loud, and it cannot overpower the voice. Those are basically the 4 major rules. The legal question to this is that legal? That's the legal question. Is that legal? And the answer is yes. That is absolutely legal to do that. Couple reasons. Number 1, the only reason it wouldn't be legal is if you were making money off of that thing itself. And you're not. You're making money off of your services. You're not selling the music. Now, true, this could qualify as an ad, promo, or demo. Ad, promo, or commercial. It is a demo. But it would only truly qualify those if it was being put on like television or something like that. If you were buying slots to fill just to put that. You can put it on Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that and run ads, with your demo. And maybe some people would have an issue with that, but legally there's nothing really wrong with that. Couple reasons. Okay. Let me amend that a little bit. If you do it right, there aren't any problems. If you're using a small enough segment, if you do an entire 60-second demo with one voice and one music track in the background, you deserve whatever comes to you. Never do that for any reason, and don't do it. Just don't do it. Couple reasons. Number 1, you're not showcasing your skills, you're showcasing one voice, and that's not a demo at all. Don't do that. No reason whatsoever. There's only a few exceptions, and that would be for doing things like audiobook or long-form narration is the only time that you'd have a demo that is specifically one thing, one voice, and goes on for a really long time, 1 minute plus. If it's a character demo, it should be a whole bunch of little bits, normally within the ballpark of 10 seconds. And there is another kind of legal loophole, I guess you could say, in that, is that if it's 10 seconds or less, within the ballpark of 10 seconds, then you're within the rights to use it. Even if you were posting it on YouTube, Facebook, and stuff like that, and running ads, and you're getting work through it. Because it's only a small section. It's a very, very small segment that you can use. Radio and TV can do the same thing. It's totally fine if it's within a small enough section, normally 10 to 15 seconds within that range. That's why you see a lot of DJs and a lot of promos at the beginning kind of have iconic music that they didn't technically get the rights to when they're only using like a very small segment. That's why they're able to get away with that. They don't have to pay the rights because it's within a very, very small segment. If it's beyond that, then you could be in trouble. Now, again, if you were to make, let's say you did, for whatever reason, you used one song for 1 minute, a 1 minute demo, and had multiple voices, you had that in the background. Is that fine? Well, no, that's not how you should be doing a demo, but would you get sued for it? No, you shouldn't get sued for it. You shouldn't be monetizing your demos on YouTube anyway. So even if YouTube's algorithm could recognize it, the only thing that they can do is stop you from monetizing it. And you shouldn't be monetizing your demos anyway. No client, period, should have to skip an ad in order to watch your demo, ever. So there's no point in having it monetized. The whole point of having a demo is so that you can send it to them, send a link, and they can immediately watch it. So it shouldn't be monetized anyway. So that's the only ramifications that could come your way by using music in your demo. If you're posting it on YouTube or maybe sometimes Twitter and Facebook flag stuff like that, less often than YouTube, but But even if you were to get flagged, you should be monetizing it anyway. So the only reason that might get taken down, let's say that you did post it and you did have a 10-second bit and, you know, it was on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, the only people that could actually take it down are the actual owners to the music, the people who actually own the rights to it. Now, they wouldn't be able to, like, it wouldn't be a clean-cut case. They wouldn't be like, oh, you used 10 seconds, here's a fine, there's no way you could fight it in court, all that kind of stuff. You probably won't even go to court. There's no reason. Again, it's only 10 seconds. You're not just playing the music. There's other stuff on top of it. It's not predominant. It's just there to sweeten the background. And you're not making money directly off the clip. So let's say someone does flag you or someone sends you an email saying, hey, that's my music, please don't do that or whatever. Go into the audio file of the full demo, take out the music, put in something else. You're fine. You're not going to get in any kind of serious trouble. There's not going to be lawyers at your door. You're not going to be taken to court or anything like that. It's not that big a deal. The whole point of a demo is just to showcase your vocal skills, not to monetize it. And I mean, that's it. It's not to monetize the demo itself. The only way you're making money off it is from your skills. You're not making money off the music. That's why that's very low in the background. And that's why your voice should always dominate on the file, should always dominate. The audio back there is just to kind of sweeten it. So let's say, for example, you wanted to do a McDonald's commercial in your demo. You've never worked for McDonald's, but you wanted to do that in your commercial demo to sound like you've actually done something for McDonald's because you have that kind of voice that would fit that kind of client or that kind of work. Can you use the McDonald's music in the background and do a whole segment that, like 10, 20 seconds that sounds like a McDonald's commercial? Yes, you absolutely can. There's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it. You shouldn't be scared of doing that. Should you try to do original, royalty-free music as much as possible? Yes, obviously. But sometimes it's going to be very, very hard to get the right music. And especially if you're making your first demo, you're not going to have the budget for that kind of stuff. You're not going to have the budget to either pay royalties, pay for the royalty-free music or the license for the music, or have someone compose that for you. You're not going to have that. Also, if there's a specific kind of client or a specific kind of work that you're trying to get or trying to market, it would actually benefit you from using music or elements, whether it's sound effects or what have you, that are from that kind of work to actually put in your demo to show I would fit in your kind of work. That, again, is totally fine, and it's how demos are done. So, whew, I got winded doing that. I don't know why. Probably because I'm fat. Anyway, so I hope that answered your question. If there's anyone out there who's watched this video who's more of a professional or a demo producer, demo production artist, who thinks that anything that I've said in this video is wrong, please, by all means, I encourage it down in the comments section or personal email. You can email me directly. Maybe I'll do an amendment. But from what I've learned and from what I've seen and from my experience of 12 years of doing voiceover, 12 plus years doing voiceover, and talking to other people in various levels of profession, this is what I've learned, and it doesn't seem like it's a problem. So, anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Totally fine. Subscribe if you're new, bell for notifications, and leave down in the comments section below. Like to ask me any other questions, need any other help. And yeah, until next time, peace.